One more time, good evening, everyone who's online and everyone in the room. This meeting is being held in accordance with the public laws of 1975, Chapter 231. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, and the Star Ledger, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the municipal website. OPMA authorizes municipalities to conduct public meetings through use of streaming services and other online meeting platforms. The Red Bank Council is meeting in person, as well as providing an option for the public to participate via Zoom video meetings. Please note that the option to attend is being provided as a courtesy. Therefore, if Zoom becomes unavailable during the meeting, it cannot quickly be fixed. Council will continue with the remainder of the meeting. Those joining us via Zoom, please raise your hand during designated times to be recognized for a comment. Whether you're appearing in person or via Zoom, you must provide your name to be recognized. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll, please, Mary.
Councilmember Bonakakis. Here. Councilmember Cassidy.
Present.
Councilmember Facey Blackwood. Here. Councilmember Forrest.
Present.
Councilmember Janone. Here. Deputy Mayor Tridiano. Here. And Mayor Portman.
Here. All right, we have several proclamations to get to, so let's get started. First one is for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas childhood cancer is the leading cause of death by disease in children, and whereas 1 in 285 children in the United States will be diagnosed by their 20th birthday, and whereas 43 children per day, or 15,780 children, are diagnosed with cancer annually in the U.S., and whereas there are approximately 40,000 children on active treatment at any given time, and whereas the average age of diagnosis is 6 years old compared to 66 years for adults' cancer diagnosis, and whereas 80% of the childhood cancer patients are diagnosed late and with metastatic disease, and whereas on average there's been a 0.6% increase in incidence per year since the mid-1970s, resulting in an overall incidence increase of 24% over the last 40 years. And whereas 2/3 of childhood cancer patients will have chronic health conditions as a result of their treatment toxicity, with 1/4 being classified as severe or life-threatening. And whereas approximately 1/2 of childhood cancer families rate the associated financial toxicity due to out-of-pocket expense as considerable to severe. And whereas in the last 20 years, only 4 new drugs have been approved by the FDA to specifically treat childhood cancer. And whereas the National Cancer Institute recognizes the unique research needs of childhood cancer and the associated need for increased funding to carry this out. And whereas hundreds of nonprofit organizations at the local and national level, including the American Childhood Cancer Organization, are helping children with cancer and their families cope through educational, emotional, and financial support. And whereas researchers and healthcare professionals work diligently, dedicating their expertise to treating and curing children with cancer, and whereas too many children are affected by this deadly disease and more must be done to raise awareness and find a cure. Now, therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, on behalf of the council and by the powers vested in me, do hereby proclaim September 2025 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month Day in the Borough of Red Bank, and by doing so, I commend the families, friends, professionals, and communities who lend their strength to children fighting pediatric cancer in hopes that their courage and commitment will continue to move us toward new cures, healthier outcomes, and a brighter future for America's youth. And I have Sheila from Riverview Hospital is here to accept this. Yeah.
Thank you.
I hear you, right? Okay. Next up, we have the International Day of Peace. Whereas the issue of peace embraces the deepest hopes of all people and remains humanity's guiding inspiration. And whereas in 1981, the United Nations proclaimed the International Day of Peace be devoted to commemorating and strengthening the ideals of peace, both within and among all nations and peoples. And whereas the United Nations expanded the observance of the International Day of Peace in 2001 to include the call for a day of global ceasefire and nonviolence, and invited all nations and people to honor a cessation of hostilities for the duration of the day. And whereas there is a growing support within our borough for the observance of the International Day of Peace, which affirms a vision of our world at peace and fosters cooperation between individuals, organizations, and nations. And whereas global crises impel all citizens to work toward converting humanity's noblest aspiration for world peace into a practical reality of a culture of peace for future generations. And whereas the 2025 Peace Day theme, Cultivating a Culture of Peace, emphasizes the nurturing of empathy, kindness, and positive communication in homes, schools, and communities to reduce conflict and foster mutual respect. Now, therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, on behalf of the council, by the powers vested in me, do hereby proclaim September 21st, 2025 as an International Day of Peace in the Borough of Red Bank. And by doing so, I urge everyone to reflect, act, and spread compassion. Give this one to Kate. Kate, you had that International Day of Peace rally yesterday. That was spontaneous,
Oh,
and I thought it was lovely.
thank you.
And we have another one coming up, I believe. So
Sure.
sorry to put you on the spot. You want to say something?
Yeah, absolutely. I've held multiple emergency unity rallies in the borough. Actually, the one that was most attended, I remember, was the day Heather Heyer was murdered during the Charlottesville events in 2017. I remember it was in about 3 to 4 hours, we had about 500 people in the park. And I remember the late Reverend Gil Caldwell was there. And he spoke about the need for spontaneity in the moment when you feel that people need to be together. And yesterday, I was on the internet and there was another school shooting. And there was a shooting of a very prominent figure, and I saw so much violent language and so much language of dismantling community. And I immediately wanted to be in community. So I'm very fortunate to the people who came to be together. I'm fortunate to have people who join in the community when we have these things. Reverend Janet Jones was there. She offered a beautiful prayer. Pastor Steve Brown was there. Our chief of police came by. You know, the artists were there. Neighbors were there. There were people there, and we just held up peace signs. The basics, folks. And
We lit candles.
and we had candles. And I think it's important for us to have larger conversations about in-person community versus the metaverse. And which one do we value more? And how we conduct ourselves in both. And how we see each other in both. I value immensely my role in this town. We all do on this dais. We care immensely for this place. I say often, I focus on 2 square miles, just 2 square miles. I can't change the whole world, just 2 square miles. And I hope and pray that everybody in this town is going to join with us and have the most hard conversations in person is going to always assume positive intent and not begin conversations with language that dismantles community, but start conversations with compassion and with dialogue that opens up your heart. A peace vigil is just that. It is for peace. It is anti-war. It is anti-violence. It is anti-hurt of all kinds. And it is appropriate every day of the week. So I hope that this town sets a standard and example to the rest of the country. And I look forward to having very hard conversations in this town as we move forward. Because the country cannot go on this way. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you, Kate.
We have a couple more proclamations. The next one is for National Hispanic Heritage Month. Whereas National Hispanic Heritage Month honors the culture, heritage, and contributions of Hispanic Americans each year. And whereas, excuse me. And whereas National Hispanic Heritage Month originally began as a week-long celebration in 1968 to commemorate two key historical events. Independence Day, honoring the formal signing of the Act of Independence for Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua, September 15th, 1821. And Mexico's Independence Day, which denotes the beginning of the struggle against Spanish control, on September 16th, 1810. And whereas in 1988, the celebration was expanded to a month-long period to include El Dia de la Raza on October 12th, celebrating the heritage and cultural diversity of Latin America and Chile's Independence Day on September 18th. And whereas America has always drawn its strength from the contributions of diverse people, and throughout our nation, Hispanics are advancing our economy, improving our communities, and bettering our country. And whereas during National Hispanic Heritage Month, we renewed our commitment to ensuring ours remains a society where the talents and potential of all of its members can be fully realized. And whereas Hispanic Heritage Month is a time to honor the rich heritage of this Hispanic community and celebrate its countless achievements as we celebrate the rich and vibrant traditions of faith, family, hard work, and patriotism within those communities. Now, therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, on behalf of the council, by the powers vested in me, hereby proclaim September 15th through October 15th, 2025 as National Hispanic Heritage Month in the Borough of Red Bank. And by doing so, we honor the contributions of the Hispanic community to our borough and encourage our residents to attend our Hispanic Heritage Celebration to be held in Riverside Gardens Park on Saturday, September 14th, 2025. We're doing with a longtime business owner and a member of the Hispanic Heritage Committee to come up and accept this award.
Yeah.
I've been. Yeah. I've been in Red Rock, I came out of my church, like 31 years ago. And I never think where I am right now. I've been doing business for a long time, just Red Bank. I came of my country, Red Bank, and I still here in Red Bank, 31 years. I work in every restaurant here in Red Bank.
Thank you.
And I make food for someone of you guys here because I made a very good cook. I cook very good. And then I opened my own restaurant in 2001. And I decided because daughter, and then I want to show her I can do something good again. So from 2001, I got a restaurant. And then I opened another one because I was working 16 hours, 20 hours every week. I mean, every day, not just every day. So, and I'm really I see all the changes in Red Bank because when I came in, it was nothing around. From Shrewsbury Avenue, it was empty over there. And now I can see everyone. Shrewsbury is very nice and Red Bank is very nice town. So I'm not moving. I tried. I'm trying to open a different store in another town. And I didn't get it, so I come back. to Red Bank.
Yeah, just stay here. Okay.
And I really appreciate all my customers from Red Bank, Fairhaven, Lonesome, Little Silver, Shrewsbury Town. I got so many customers, they always appreciate my job. Right now, I got a florist shop. I don't know if you know, guys.
We love it.
Yeah. We buy flowers there.
I'm really appreciated by town.
Arcadia, it's where the cats, I think it's across from Juanita's grocery store.
Yeah,
Mary Catherine.
it's good, but I think I'm planning to go back to my content.
Hmm.
Not right now, but very soon. I just want to see my daughter graduate next year from college. She's doing international business.
Good.
And I'm very proud of her, and she's proud of me. So thank you so much, and all Red Bank customers. I got a lot of customers. I've been Red Bank most of my whole life. I'm 50 years.
No way.
Wow.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. My daughter, she's very proud of me.
Oh.
About Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, everyone, on Sunday, we are going to be at Riverside Garden Park, from 2 to 8. There is a lot of, exciting that we plan, teenagers. Please come join us, be in the community, hard, so I hope. Okay, hello. Thank you.
We have one more proclamation. And this is for the National Day of Servants and Remembrance. Whereas on the morning of September 11th, 2001, a coordinated terrorist attack was carried out on America by an international extremist terrorist network known as Al-Qaeda. And whereas 19 terrorists hijacked 4 commercial planes and carried out suicide attacks against targets in the United States by crashing 2 of the planes into the World Trade Center in New York. Within a few hours, both of the Twin Towers collapsed into rubble. The 3rd plane hit the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. The passengers and crew of the 4th plane fought back, and the plane was downed in a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And whereas the attacks killed a total of 2,977 people from 90 nations, 2,753 people were killed in New York. 184 people were killed at the Pentagon, and 40 people were killed on Flight 93. There were over 6,000 others injured. And whereas, as we reflect on this somber anniversary, let us also remember the strength and resilience of the American people, especially the first responders and the brave civilians who put their lives on the line. May we always find hope in the unity that emerges from such adversity and honor the memory of the individuals who were taken from us. Now, therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, on behalf of the council, by the powers vested in me, do hereby proclaim September 11th, 2025 as a National Day of Service and Remembrance in the Borough of Red Bank. And by doing so, I encourage all citizens to honor their memories and stand with the families and friends of those who perished on 9/11. I'm going to ask the exalted ruler of the Red Bank Elk, Sergio, to come up and accept this.
Sergio and the Elks were kind enough to host everyone after the commemoration ceremony today at the Elks Club with free burgers and hot dogs.
Yeah, they were good. Thank you. Thank you for that.
It's not on the agenda, but you want to, now probably be a good time. You want to just, why don't you hop up real quick and tell everyone what you got going on?
Hi, everybody. I'm James Davis.
Actually, do me a favor, sit over here so you can talk into that microphone.
Yeah,
It's to go into the box.
under presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, so it goes red.
Red? No.
It's not working.
No.
Boy. So we do this to all the first time speakers.
Yeah, you put the button.
None of these are working.
None of these are working.
The whole thing's out.
Oh, that's fun.
Actually, try it
Mine's working.
again. How's everyone else's off?
Are you working on the other side of the dais?
Yeah.
Switching boxes, my friend, sorry. More of a hockey thing going into panel.
When did,
It's a new system order.
yeah, when's the new
Right.
system coming?
Soon enough.
All right. There we go.
Hey.
Okay. Hi, everybody. A lot of you I've met before, but again, I'm James Davis, General Manager of FC Monmouth. We're very grateful. We've been in Red Bank since 2018, so it's been a while now. But essentially, we've been playing at Count Basie Park since then. Typically, we've been playing from April to about, I'd say, late July. If we did good, we did good this year, which was great. But we tried to really expand our presence, obviously, with 2026 coming. So I was able to meet with Oscar, and we kind of formed a little bit of a plan for the fall. And then I got connected with Adriana, which was awesome, a few weeks back. And we had an idea of it was kind of a spur of the moment, I would say, and about how can we incorporate Mayor Portman, your kind of health and wellness committee into obviously sport, because it's very relevant in terms of that sense. So prior to our matches, we've hosted player clinics for free with our players for years now at this point. So it feels like a no-brainer in that sense, but we wanted to really expand upon it and build upon it and actually engage. It's not just throwing kids out there on the field. So obviously with the members of the committee and the local businesses and groups around, not even just Red Bank, but the county, we feel that we can put on a good event prior to our match to say X player goes over here and tries out this drill and they go over here. And then in between the games, again, like we mentioned before, but just to have it on record, in between the kind of clinic, quote unquote, and the game actually starting, going around and getting a reward for visiting different vendor tables and resources from around the borough and figuring out ways to engage with resources that they might have not actually known about before. So the date we had proposed, Adriana, I'm looking at this now, was October 25th. I don't know if we can compete with this South Street Halloween party right now that I'm looking at it. So I spontaneously looked at the Red Bank calendar, and I think I might go back to Oscar on October 19th, October 18th. It would just be the week before, at the same time and date. And I would have to wait for his confirmation, obviously, of field availability and all. But again, I just wanted to put the concept out to all of you prior.
Much appreciated.
I think that's the Halloween parade, by the way. You'll find the right date.
Yeah. That would be in the morning, correct? The parade? This would be in the evening,
I'll
probably.
let you know, I think that the South Street is a block party. So
It's not that big. Okay, so we'll stick to the 25th. So we'll
Yeah.
stick to the
Stick with
25th.
25th.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I have a motion to open the floor for public comments on agenda items only?
So moved.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Okay.
Any comments just on the agenda? Be another public comment at the end of the meeting. But if you have any comments for agenda items, now is the time. Anyone online, Jim?
No, sir.
No? Okay, can I have a motion to close the public comment for agenda items only?
Moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from 8/28/2025?
I'll make the motion.
I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anything jumping out at anybody on the resolutions? I didn't see anything. Go on the consent agenda.
Pathetic.
All right. Can I have a motion to approve resolution 25-190 through 25-197 on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonakakis?
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy?
Yes.
Councilmember Facy Blackwood? Yes. Councilmember Forrest?
Yes.
Councilmember Janelle?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano?
Yes.
And Mayor Portman?
Yes. A whole bunch of events happening coming up in September and October. Let's just roll through them real quick. There's the RSM Sports Medicine and Rehab grand opening on Saturday, September 20th from 1 to 4. The John Street Block Party, Best Street in Red Bank on September 27th from 2 to 9. Definitely gonna go later than 9 o'clock, just throwing that out there now. Madison Avenue Block Party, Saturday, October 4th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. I think that one is up for discussion still, because it's the same day as Porch Fest and there was some traffic concerns, so we're gonna hold off on that one for a moment. Also, the South Street Halloween Party on Saturday, October 25th from 5 to 10, rain date November 1st. Pilgrim Baptist Church Trunk or Treat, Saturday, October 25th from noon to 3. And an approval of the date only for the lunch break picnic 2026 on August 15th. As well as the date for the Red Bank 5K, June 20th, 2026. Sound good, everyone?
Sounds good.
I would just say, those on for discussion. I don't take any issue with any of the other ones. And we do have a meeting in between the October 4th prospective date for Madison Ave. So at our next meeting, we can address that one.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Can I have a motion to open the floor for public comment?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now you can let us know anything that's on your mind. Does not have to be on the agenda. What, you? Come on up.
This is Jan Jigian.
I think that one's working now.
That's the hot mic over there.
That's lucky one day.
Well, the people online listening need to hear it. That's why we have it.
Okay, like folks, like all of us, I'd first like to pay tribute to 9/11 victims in the town where I grew up in Berrien County. I lost friends and it was sad. Either way though, rest in peace. Thank you. And then,
Just state your name and address again.
excuse me, Charles Janjigian, 165 Spring Street. Okay, and next, I'm bringing this up on behalf of some of the restaurant owners along Monmouth Street whom are severely opposed to a broad walk. Okay. I want the whomever is taking care of the issue to know that residents are now pushing back and businesses. There was some type of signatory. Why they're not here, I don't know. I'm just passing this on. There is pushback and it was into the papers recently. Then going on beyond that, I'd also like to talk about Marine Park. I saw the initial construction started today, so that's very good. It's going to be a massive project, and I hope that CME is leading us with their engineering through, is going to do it correctly. It's a massive project. Navesink River is protected. It's a water flooding basin, so it's going to be tough. We're taking out trees. I don't know if anybody was there today. Without those big trees, well, it's going to get very hot. So be prepared for that. And also, there is also underground water, ground degradation when these trees are eventually cut down. So these are all things we have to think about, and I hope we are. And finally, what is happening with all these head shops, vape shops? I'll be off.
Hey.
I think we've had 5, 6, and one the other day was raided. We don't need it.
That I agree with you.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I
Way
agree.
too many.
Yeah, we want the kids to come, we want families to come, except we can't having the teenagers or adults either way coming here to get their vape, to get their bong, to get whatever it may be. It's just not correct. I don't know, whoever does that, they can look into it. And finally, if anyone would like, I can pass around these pictures of Marine Park after Hurricane Aaron, which we got the weakest part of, the tailwinds. I ran out of ink. So either way, it's going to be a long road, and hopefully we can all work together to make sure the project does.
Yeah, that was in Red Bank Green.
Thank you.
How's that?
Perfect.
Thank you.
Just hit that button too and turn that mic back on. Thank you. Anyone else have any questions or comments? Yes.
Barbara Boas, 135 Branch Avenue. I have a couple of things. First, I have a question about the double parking that happens every lately. I don't usually complain. I'm sorry, but it's getting, today there was a car double parked on either side of Monmouth Street, and a truck was coming down the road. Okay, take it from here, guys. What are we doing? What can we do about this?
That would be traffic safety.
Definitely.
Cheap right now.
Yeah.
It's definitely traffic safety. It's all kinds of safety.
Yeah, we
It's
just,
all kinds of illegal.
Yep, it's enforcement. He
Yep.
said he's emailing the chief right now.
Yeah. All right, so if
Yeah,
it's.
Monmouth is I agree.
Of course, I mean, it's not big enough to begin with. I mean,
Yep.
but when they have this problem. And one of the spots was right at the bump out in front of the Dublin House.
Really?
Which makes it like 10 feet smaller anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
It's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my grumpy thing. Now,
People don't do that.
what?
No, people should just not do that.
Double park?
Just don't do that.
Yeah,
Like running in to get
Yeah.
coffee or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
you know,
Yeah. They say, oh, they're only running in for a minute.
Yeah,
yeah. And find one of those 15-minute spots.
yeah.
And that's another story. The other thing is a public service announcement. Please buy your gas at the Shell station
There you go.
Yeah.
on Shrewsbury Avenue. The Red Bank Borough Education Foundation for the months of September and October are getting a percentage of all of the gas that's sold at the purple pumps.
Yep.
They are wrapped in purple, and there are 2 of them. And actually, they've even lowered their prices lately, so they're not the most expensive gas stations in the world. But the Education Foundation is guaranteed a nice chunk of change from them, and we could use it with all the cutbacks in the schools.
Mhm.
Our foundation is an extra place where we can get money for the teachers and the students. So I'd appreciate if you spend your money in town and for the Education Foundation. Thank you. And today was wonderful. Thank you again for that.
thank you. Anyone else have any questions or comments? Yes.
echo many people's sentiments that this has been quite a week. Yesterday was a really difficult day in terms of what we saw, the violence in parts of the country. And for me, and I think a lot of the folks today who attended the 9/11 remembrance, this was also a very solemn but powerful day. On my way over here, I actually, because we had great speakers and great singers as well. On my way over here, I realized that I was playing in my head, "God Bless America." And I mean, it's a banger, right? Not usually what's going on up there. But I think it just speaks to how affected we all are by this, whether we realize or not. And I would just really, I don't think I can say it better than Kate did, but thank you for everyone for the International Peace Day resolution today, proclamation. And I do hope that that is what we keep in mind in this. And I think we are all committed to community and making sure that people feel safe. And I hope that that is the attitude that we all have in this town as we go about our lives. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Christina.
I wish the exalted ruler was still here when he was in the room. 'Cause from this dais, I've said many a time how important I think the Elks are and how fortunate this community is to have the Elks. Supporters of our Memorial Day, supporters of our 9/11 remembrance, supporters of this fire department, very generous to our firehouse and generous to the Troop 67 and the Scouts and well beyond. And I wish I just paused things and just said so while he was in the room, because I mean it sincerely, and it was a beautiful ceremony. I want to compliment our middle school principal, Mr. Pearson. Last year, he started the tradition of bringing his 8th graders down to the 9/11 ceremony, and I'm friends with JT, and I asked him what his thought process was, and it just simply is, we have a whole generation that weren't here that day, and Red Bank has continued to have this beautiful remembrance, and compliments to the borough staff, Oscar, everyone at 90 Monmouth who supports making that happen every year, because I don't know, our kids are going to remember what it is to get together and what violence begets, and how we remember it, and how we need to honor the remembrance of those who suffer and sacrifice in this community. And it's just a really nice event, and it is there every year. But just compliments to Mr. Pearson for having the foresight to make that now a part of the 8th grade education over there at the middle school. I think that's a really beautiful thing that he's developed. And then besides that, Sunday we got things happening down at Riverside, Hispanic Heritage Month, but it's also the Record Riot. And at noon, they renamed it. They call the head of the Record Riot called Carrie Windorf, Tim Cronin's widow, and asked if he could rename it in remembrance of Tim, as in honor of him, and she said yes. And so it's now Tim Cronin's Record Riot. And then apparently there's going to be a noon, remembrance of Tim, just in the downtown area where he was such a fixture, over at Jack's. And if anyone's around, come on by and I don't know, listen to some good music and give a high five for some good people.
I'd like to echo what Christina and Dave said about the violence that we do have happening in our country at the moment. You have school shootings, assassinations, and, really it's enough. We do need gun reform. And I just don't know if it will ever happen soon, but it's something that I'm hopeful that it will. Regarding the 9/11 ceremony, I think those of us who are old enough remember where we were when we first were made aware that the plane flew into the Twin Towers and the Pentagon, and the small actions that we did that day to help people, for those of us that are around their area. In my case, my husband and I just met people at the boat and just gave them rides to wherever they had to go so they could get home safely and be with their families. So every small action, does count. And excuse me, and I was reminded as I got up this morning and walked over to Riverside Gardens Park, I saw, this day was the weather was exactly like it was, 24 years ago. So that was, it made this ceremony to be especially poignant for me. On another note, going back to the business, for the advisory committees that I liaise with, which is the Environmental Commission and Shade Tree Committee, there's nothing to report. But I am on the Sustainable Jersey Energy Task Force, and they had a meeting last Friday, I believe. And there's some things that are coming down the line. They're focusing more on getting awareness about building decarbonization and really pushing multifamily energy efficiency outreach programs and outreach to large building owners. This coalition of the Energy Task Force is made up of folks from Sustainable Jersey, the DPU, the BPU, and JEDA. So we get reports about what's coming down the line from these other organizations. And one other thing that stood out to me was that they're looking to do a lot more to raise awareness to seniors regarding the energy scams that are out there to help make our seniors aware, to be careful, to be more mindful with, what's coming down the line. So, and they're also doing, DEP is working on programs to do more micro mobility, not only, scooters and bikes, but also micro transit vehicles to get people like within a 1 mile radius, say the train station to their homes. So they're, it's just saying this is happening in the future. So, be on the lookout. Thank you.
Good.
We have Halloween movie Beetlejuice on Friday the 17th. And our Halloween parade is scheduled for October 19th.
You say October 17th?
I believe it's October 17th, Beetlejuice, right? Unless they gave me incorrect information. Are you going to be there? Am I going to see you there, Mayor?
Possibly. I am a big fan of the film.
Okay. How about marching? You do that too? Right? In the parade, we're going to march.
Yes.
And we also have youth evening classes at the senior center on Wednesdays. Stand, dance, robotics, and things like that. If anyone's interested, just go to our Parks and Rec website. Not a lot to report. Just, I've been doing more walking around. It's been nice out and the weather's been perfect. And it's great to see our public, I mentioned this to the manager earlier, our public works people out on the west side who are mostly walking, seem to be tending to the drains and doing the little things, a sweeper. Of course, I get a fair amount of commentary from residents from various directions. And one of them was actually that, oh, the west side looks terrible. And actually, I was looking around and I didn't see that. I mean, just me, so I was kind of glad, so I was walking around and saying, oh, okay, let me look for all this trash that's everywhere. But I didn't actually see it. So
Sometimes it's
yes. So that was nice. But I do appreciate the comments from residents, both at the office hours as well as just reaching out to me in various ways, whether it's emails, phone calls, text, or right here at the dais. Also, I did have the honor of representing the borough at the Nessie. There was a Nessie rally in Middletown at Port Monmouth. It's a pipeline that's being proposed to put in natural gas, I guess. So it's fracked from Pennsylvania, if I remember correctly. So it was great, and thank you for Councilwoman Nancy with the help of writing those remarks. And it was great to represent the borough there. We had over 100 people, I think, attending, and quite a bit of media. So that's my report, Mr. Mayor, unless you have any questions.
Good, thank you.
So for animal welfare, we had dog days on Saturday. It started at 11 a.m. and it was supposed to go to 4, but at 2:30, the skies decided that we were going to get rained out. But we had lots and lots of dogs there. Actually, 4 dogs were adopted from Louie's Legacy, so that made me very happy. We made quite a bit of money. I don't know the total, but on those baskets that we were raffling off, people bought a lot of those. And then we had the luring track, an agility track, and we had puppy Picassos. So I don't know the total for the whole thing, but it was just so much fun. And a lot of people came out with their dogs and we had music and it was really a good day. They're also from the library on the 20th in Brown Place. We're going to be having exploring luxury landscaping. That's part of the patchwork quilt that the environmental committee is doing with Animal Welfare Together. there were so many people signed up for the Brown Place garden. We're gonna have 2 times, so they have one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So if you want to RSVP for that, I think there's a few spots in the afternoon. I think that's, animal welfare, we've been approved to have the rabies clinic at the primary school. We had it last year in the EMTs over on Spring Street, but we really wanted to try to target the west side of town. So we just got permission this week and we have to go through some paperwork, but we'll be having that on December 6th at primary school. And I think that's it for animal welfare. Then the library, Jim let us know this week that we didn't have to go through the council for the signs, so it went through planning, so they will be getting the sign.
A new sign.
A new sign in front of the library that will be automatically get attention. There also the strategic plan for the library, it's up on the website. There's a QR code that you can scan and do the strategic plan for the library. They're having their town wide yard sale, September 13th, 9 to 2. So if you register with the library, you'll be part of the town thing. They were having Spanish classes, all the classes that they normally have. We didn't have a meeting in August. We were having a meeting, Steve, I think September 18th. Yes, September 18th. So I just also wanted to, that's pretty much it for the library. I just wanted to echo all what my colleagues said. Thank you, Kate, for pulling together the visual last night. It was really very good. It was good to be with the community. Thank you.
Mayor, I wanted to comment on Councilwoman Janone's report. I just want to say how impressed it is with the animal committee. You've got that dog day sign. We're all over town. I mean, I don't know who you know, but everywhere I looked.
A lot of people. Be real.
All over. I feel bad I didn't have one in front of my house. I only got 3 other signs. So, and also the event was really fun. I'm not a dog person, I'm a cat person.
Right.
But I did, and you did have cats there.
No, there were 3 cats up
Don't
for
you start.
adoption. Yeah, there were 3 cats up for.
Don't start.
I can see.
Cats.
And it's so
Thank you for appeasing us.
fun, you know, I think I'm still getting lots of hits from that video that I did there.
Oh, we forgot to mention Mayor's Wellness too. The leadership of Mayor Wellness meets every Wednesday on Zoom. That's Susie Dyer from the Parker Clinic, myself, Adriana, who was just here before, and Brenda from the CPC Health, Behavioral Health. We meet every Wednesday. We have a lot of things coming up. We have a turkey giveaway coming up in November. We got turkeys, and we have our Civic Association is donating other things for Thanksgiving, like mashed potatoes and 125 bags. I just found out we're getting from WellPoint Insurance. RWJ Barnabas has signed on to it, and Hackensack Meridian, who was here earlier. So it's really moving along. So I was glad to hear about the soccer thing too, so maybe get that. Thanks.
Thank you.
Saturday's gonna be a busy day and have the townwide yard sale, and it's also the first Red Bank Pop Culture Festival downtown. The rain date is Sunday, but it's scheduled for Saturday, noon to 4. So if you're into comics, movies, pop culture, that'll be downtown. If anybody has seen online Michael White, the muralist who did the Basie mural that's right outside, he's been working on a massive mural on West Street of the old Red Bank Airport. There's going to be a mural reception for that on Wednesday at 5:30, and the entire community is invited to take part in that. I just wanted to commend the Red Bank Police Department on their actions towards actually Dynasty, the smoke shop, and what their actions towards controlling that issue. I am deeply grateful for that. And it's nice to see, problems being solved in the community. And then on top of that, I wanted to thank the borough leadership for being responsive to community that saw so much law enforcement out front and was alarmed by it and put out a statement, once again reaffirming that we follow the Immigrant Trust Directive, and then going and visiting the businesses in that surrounding area and speaking with them and doing that level of community outreach. Our manager actually himself went over to those surrounding businesses, to Lynn areas and everywhere, and showed his support. And I'm deeply grateful for that level of service and leadership. So it just shows a wonderful, just all around workings of the borough that I can attest, since I've been sitting up here for almost 7 years, certainly did not exist before. So thank you so much for the relationship and the hard work that you all are, evident. Thank you. Amen.
Thanks, Jim.
Just reminding everybody, we're about 3 weeks out from Porch Fest, working on finalizing the bands and the porches. That's always a fun event, and hopefully we still get good weather. Had great weather the first 2 years. And I just wanted to say how grateful I am and humbling it was to be able to be a part of the 9/11 ceremony today. It was really moving to see just the community members getting together and remembering, I mean, holding a space for it. It's important, and it felt really good to be there with my community. So that's all I got. Jim.
Thanks, Mayor. And I just want to say, of course, I mean, it's something that we take very seriously in the borough as far as our communications and our outreach. And it's something that starts at the top with the leadership on this dais and comes down. So it's not lost on me for sure. I just want to bring everybody up to speed that the Marine Park project, improvement project, was the start of work, will be officially set for Monday. Tomorrow, CME, our engineer, will be on site with the contractor, just going over some last details and test pitting for the force main that's under Marine Park, just to make sure that that's located and we know exactly where that is. And then some tree work and grading will begin next week. You would have saw some site preparation that took place today with soil erosion fencing and things like that, and the contractor is out there. The Count Basie bleacher project is also still in the works. Obviously, we're waiting on the design proposal from CME. They're coordinating with their structural team and a grandstand contractor to make sure that the retrofit of the existing structures that are there all come into conformance before they do that final design, and then we go out to bid. So that'll be happening in the next coming weeks. Monmouth Street, as far as the streetscape project goes, obviously that project is largely and pretty much 98% complete. The only 2% are the punch list items that Espetada, the contractor, will come back and finish next week, and then we'll be 100% complete on that. Hubbard Park, the work that's continuing there, that sanitary sewer upgrade and replacement of that outdated infrastructure. So that's continuing at Hubbard Park. That will settle, those trenches will settle for 90 days, which is in compliance with DOT standards. And then we'll come back and resurface and replace curbing and sidewalks where appropriate. And then Alston Court will start that work in November, which is still part of our 2025 road program. And then the other projects will follow as well. And I just want to say, kudos to Red Bank, because we have, some acknowledgement, obviously, from the New Jersey Municipal Managers Association, which I'm a part of, on September 24th and 25th. Oyster Point Hotel and Red Bank will be hosting the New Jersey Municipal Managers Association Conference. So municipal managers from around the state, vendors, professional services will be joining us here at Red Bank. And I was happy to put that out to my colleagues to come and enjoy the town. The mayor will be giving us a welcome message on the first day. We have a council meeting that Thursday night, and then we're back at the conference on Friday. So it'll be good to have all those municipal managers in town.
Are you gonna get them to come here?
I'm sure the last place they want to be. Up there, night off.
We have any exec session? No.
No.
Right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion, Mr.
Can
Mayor.
I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
See you next time, guys. Thanks for being here.
At a party. Something I've heard.
At
At a party.
They know how to party.
That's what I was gonna say, like, I want to.
I know, it's like, oh, what do we do?
Can we have host an after party?
You did. Okay, good. So cool. Your parents can babysit. Number two,
I know you wanna go.
Michael Canada.
I think I do something.
Wanna see if that rumor's true.
And here, can barely imagine a more joyful people to have hang out, crazy.
So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call him while.
Said I heard that municipal.
Yeah.
Party hard.
Me and my rowdy bun. Is it true?
I wanna, we get.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna guess this?
Decent people are against political assassinations.